Progressives, this is your trigger warning. Hi folks, welcome back. I want to show an article concerning the liberal reaction to Trump's turning himself in, arrested in mugshot. The mugshot wasn't necessary, even under Georgia law. If it's a well-known person, it's not like you're going to not know who he is and he blends in with the crowd. He's probably the most recognized face and name in the world that's living, and it's amazing to me. I want to say up front before I start, the progressive Democrats and the Trump derangement syndrome people are making a huge, huge mistake. This stopped being about Donald Trump several years ago. This is about Trump maybe at the beginning of his presidency, but as time went on, and the Trump derangement syndrome people on both sides of the aisle, but mostly on the left, their emotions are making things spin out of control. This is about the Constitution of the United States, interfering with an election, and all those things that go with it, all negative. I think their hatred for Trump is so deeply embedded in their minds and in their souls that they're not thinking two steps ahead. All they care about is destroy Trump, destroy Trump, destroy Trump. Just like a little robot that's just programmed to do something. They don't know what else to do. And it's going to cause huge, huge harm to this country and our Constitution. They're like little kids, like teenagers, when your parents go away and they give you the keys to the liquor cabinet and the keys to the car. They're out of control. Let's listen to some of the things that were said concerning the arrest and mugshot. The Atlantic compared Trump's mugshot to the visage of Greek mythological villain Medusa, stating, "Once you look at him, your fate is already sealed." These people, this isn't just to push clicks online or to make their articles, go viral. They really and truly believe this. Believe me, they do. Media outlets and liberal journalists have strong reactions to seeing former President Donald Trump's mugshot Thursday night, with some proclaiming the image is a sinister apparition, a threat, and a sign that has galvanized some of his supporters even more. Think about things that led from 1830 through 1860. Look up some of the timelines, and you're going to see there's a lot of comparisons. Others chose to mock Trump over the picture, well, of course, asking if he had been crying. One mentioned the irony of Trump trying to appear defiant, though he was the one who surrendered to the Fulton County, Georgia authorities. I had suggested in a previous video that President Trump said, you know what, F it. I'm not even going to show up. I dare you to come get me. Or not post bond and leave him in jail, which would have caused huge, huge logistics problem for the Fulton County jail, which is a crap hole anyway. And wait for it. Fulton County Jail is under federal investigation for the crap hole that it is and how inmates are unsafe and it's unsanitary, and the list is endless. Where Trump supporters saw an image of a persecuted man wrongly indicted on corrupt charges brought by District Attorney Fani Willis, liberal media folks saw an angry, scowling man vowing to wreak more havoc on American democracy. Of course he's angry. I'd be pissed off too. I'd be pissed off too. You know, when he jokes around when he says, I had a great life before I got into politics and run for president. And he did. And he did. Liberal outlet The Atlantic, of course, published several articles describing Trump's expression in his mugshot as extremely dangerous and indicative of a threat to his political opponents. You got some serious balls. The threat to you is Donald Trump, his political opponents. They're doing everything in their power. They even arrested the guy Blacks for Trump that heads that organization with no bond, I might add. Look at 2.5 years. People are still sitting in cells in solitary confinement from January 6th. This thing has spiraled out of control. No one ever would have thought that this could have happened in America. Yeah, there's some things that went on in politics in the old days and still do. They used to call it rat effing back in the old days, where you do things and plant things for your political opponent to make them look bad and all that. That was part of politics since the founding of the country. But this is way beyond that. Way beyond that. The first piece from the outlet titled, "This mugshot is a warning," likened Trump's glaring expression to Greek mythological villain Medusa, who would turn men to stone if they made eye contact with her. It's amazing to me. The creators of that early democracy were persistent about the man who has tried to destroy ours. He's not trying to destroy anything. Your ideology is your religion. Your ideology is your constitution, not the real one. The article proclaimed Donald Trump's head may be covered in spray rather than snakes, but he is a Medusa all the same, reconfigured for the age of mass media. Once you look at him, your fate is already sealed. Like they're just mindless drones and that we don't know what to do or think. Describing the image in detail, the piece states, this is unbelievable. In the portrait, it is a portrait in the end, Trump glares directly into the camera. He sees. He glowers. Yeah, he's pissed. I'd be pissed too. He turns in a studied performance. Photos like this are typically exercises in forced humility. Trump is a display of ongoing power. He threats his mugshot as our menace. Unbelievable. Yeah. Described Trump as extremely dangerous and noted it offered his opponents no vulnerability to revel in. Trump's photos offer a rough visage, formidable and extremely serious, which is what I assume he is going for. They just assume that everybody acts like them. All of this is just a production and staged, and it's just for cameras and it's just for clicks, and it's all fake. No, he's pissed, and that's not faked. And he should be pissed. He made an error here. It paid off. He made an effort here. It paid off. He gave his haters nothing in the ballpark of vulnerability. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't give in to any of these pricks. Attaching more malevolence to the image, the Thursday MSNBC host Joy Reid, that piece of crap, commented that the image was a sinister aberration. You got to be kidding me, right? You got to be kidding me.
He's like sort of embodying that. He's sort of the avatar for the rage that he has traded off of to become president in the first place. That is not the, sort of funny reality show star that Americans elected in 2016.
The rage that got him elected in the first place. That is technically right. The rage that said, we've had enough. We've had enough. Millions, tens of millions of American people said, we've had enough. Getting screwed over. Just our jobs are being filtered off around the world by the tens of millions over the years. I live in upstate New York. Where I live in upstate New York was called the Valley of Opportunity. You could get a decent job, a good job in a day. Now there's nothing here. The manufacturing is gone. All through the Rust Belt. All the steel plants gone. All through West Virginia. Those people are real people out west in the western states, the Midwest. The rage is slowly building. Believe me, it is. This looks very similar to 1830 through 1860, and we all know what happened in the U.S. then. The rage is still there. They're trying to make it so we're going to destroy this man and destroy the movement. What they don't understand is this has nothing to do now with Donald Trump. Nothing. Great movements, they always have a figurehead. But the figurehead is just a person that they focus on because he represents that movement, and that's not true. The movement has its own legs. Conservative and Republicans and conservative people and just everyday people don't march in the streets. They don't protest. They don't act a fool, burn down buildings, and do horrendous things. Yes, there's some isolated incidents, but they're very few and far between. Slowly but surely, these people that Hillary Clinton called, she called despicable, it's amazing me. It's amazing to me. What they refer to as the basket of deplorables. That's everyday working people just trying to make it in the greatest country on earth. And slowly but surely, the water is boiling. He's sort of an avatar for the rage that is traded off to become president in the first place. You are partially responsible, you and the mainstream media, for having this rage become what it is. You and your Democrat allies. And I'm not going to say the Republican Party isn't 100% clean either. They've gutted out the middle class for the last 40 or 50 years. They've taken areas that were prospering, like where I live in upstate New York, and basically gutted them. Either you were on Social Security or on welfare. That's a lot of realities for a lot of the Midwest, coal country, Pennsylvania. You left these people behind. And the city dwellers and the progressives just scoff and laugh. Yeah, they're just hicks and rednecks anyway. Yeah, they're dumb and uneducated. No, they're not dumb, and no, they're not uneducated. You're looking down on a whole class of people, and it will always, always, always end up badly. This is not the sort of fun reality show star that Americans elected in 2016. This is a sinister apparition I'm seeing in front of me. These people are nuts. Nuts. On CNN Friday morning, Atlanta Journal-Constitution political reporter Patricia Murphy said that Trump's mugshot has galvanized his supporters even further. That is correct. She added, that's going to be a huge problem if he makes you the general campaign. But so far now, his base is sticking with him more than they ever have. They don't get it. They don't get it. Trump is just a surrogate for what's wrong, the cancer that's been eating this country away for the last 50 years. The Guardian posted a lengthy review of Trump's viral mugshot, claiming it looked more like a foolish old man with anger issues than a presidential candidate. You don't think Joe Biden's got, the way he talks, is an angry old man with angry issues? Has he been crying? Did they dim the lights? Is it self-satire? These people are nuts. They think this is a joke. A glance at past celebrity mugshots of Martin Luther King to Paris Hilton, would have shown the ex-U.S. president how to pose with dignity. Paris Hilton? These people think this is a game. It's not. It's dangerous. The piece spent ample time dissecting how infamous photos comparing Trump's gaze, listen to this, to that of Stalin in 1911 when the Tsarist police arrested him. The Guardian also compared the image to the mugshots of Pablo Escobar and Al Capone. These people are nuts. They think this is a joke. It's not. They have no idea what harm they're doing to their country. None. No harm at all. They think they're righteous. Is it possible they brokered a deal with the sheriff to change the wattage of the overhead light bulb to make it look less harsh? Are you kidding me? Boldly leaning forward so we can study this thatch and see where toupee ends and the pate begins. It's a performance that perhaps, like his hairpiece, is poised to become unstuck. These people are nuts. They sound like junior high school students writing for the newspaper. They belong at the writers of the National Enquirer, not these major news organizations. The red dim eyes suggest tiredness. Perhaps let me dream that he's been crying over his comeuppance. dream that Donald Trump was crying and having glee and joy at the fact that a former president has a mugshot. They're like little children. Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable to me. Then we have a quote from Dan Rather, that piece of crap, one that got caught lying about articles and cheating. I'm telling you right now, folks, this is incredibly dangerous. This is about their hatred, their juvenile, junior high hatred for somebody else they don't like. Nobody is grown up. We're the grown-ups. We're the grown-ups in the mainstream media on the left. There aren't any. And the ones that know that this is wrong are keeping quiet because they want to keep their jobs. But for a long time, conservative people and just everyday working people have kept their mouths shut. They don't protest. They don't go out to BLM rallies. They don't burn places down. They stay home quietly and go about their lives. But that's going to change. That's going to change. Conflict is coming, whether it be on an individual small scale or on a large scale. I don't know. I can't predict the future. I wish I could. But this stopped being about Donald Trump 4 or 5 years ago. This is about the left's hatred for this system and this country. And they think Donald Trump represents that system and this country. No matter what race you are on the left, you think this country is evil. And Donald Trump is the surrogate for your anger, your bitterness, and your hatred. You're burning down the house that you're standing in. It's stupid. And more than that, it's dangerous. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.